recording it now. Okay. So let's just say thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate your time, and I believe others will join us on this platform or on the Facebook. I'm going to make Ambassador Temitope as the co-host so that you can admit others in. And also I'm going to Papa Engineer Wilfred, I'm going to also make you the co-host so that we don't disturb. People can come in nicely and listen. And I didn't want to disturb as well because this is my occasion. I've got my mentor and I like to listen attentively as well as others to gain his wisdom because he's a very busy professor, and at the same time, we don't want to waste his time or disturb him while he's delivering a very special message to us today. I can guarantee you that you will learn a lot with Professor Dr. TPS today, and also our Pastor Awodiran and Ambassador Stephen Davidson. Okay, so protocol observed. Let's start off with So we welcome you all to Y.Y.C.I International Academy. Trying to put the sound on so I don't waste that. Okay, right. Yes, you're welcome. Y.Y.C.I International Academy Masterclass on mindset for transforming love, relationship, friendship, marriage, and family. And every one of us, we have our own topic to share on this program. And this program, even though I've written 5th to 9th, 12th to 17, we've extended it as well to the following week. So it's going to be 3 weeks masterclass on this relationship. And also, even though I didn't add my professor on these slides because I wasn't too sure, but he will be sharing with us as well as the 2 speakers beside me. Okay.
Welcome to Y.Y.C.I International, a home of discovery, development, and demonstration. A home of love, relationship, and family. A place of mastering mindset for transformation and building deeper relationship.
YYCI Blueprint is T-I-M-E for the youth leaders and families. Transformation and training. Inspiration and impartation. Mentoring and motivation. Empowering and education.
Y.Y.C.I International Limited mission is to transform lives, relationships, professions, and education, and to support the youth and women to change their mindset, their stories and their situations, and also to support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. Y.Y.C.I's mission is to engage the youth's mind positively and take positive actions, to help them to focus and not to be distracted, and to get better and let them know they have everything in them to be successful and fulfilling their purpose, and once they believe in themselves and focus on their development, we can also help others to get better, and that is why we established Y.Y.C.I International Limited mission is to transform lives, relationships, professions, and education, and to support children, youth, and women to change their mindset, their stories, and their situations, and also to support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. Our aim is to provide services of care, protection, participation, and rehabilitation of children and youth in difficult situations, and ensure their social adjustment, total growth, and development. To advocate and support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children, and partner with other organizations, orphanages, hospitals, and institutions that support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. To support
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of Yes You Can International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to YYCI TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there's nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We're in the world of creativity. Hey, thank you so much for joining us today. It's a beautiful day that the Lord has made. We rejoice and be glad in it. We thank God for his faithfulness and for his guidance and his protection. Thank God for a new day, and we will continue to do whatever we need to do and also to make ourselves comfortable, safe, make ourselves safe and healthy. So we want to give God all the glory for another opportunity to set up this masterclass for the month of February. We've written a lot of books last year, including my own book. So avail yourself on Amazon to get some of our books if you can. And then please watch our videos, our previous event from YYCI.tv YouTube channel. Subscribe to it and also invite others to do the same. Yes, we are breaking the barrier of four elements of the truth, and that is ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are and our purpose. And that's the more reason why we need to keep on learning, because a leader is a learner. And when we learn, we add more, and we also feed our mindset with the right information, because mindset is everything. So like Angie Simama said, and I quote, a thirst for knowledge is something that can never be quenched and should be a lifelong quest. So discover what you are capable of doing, your ability, and keep yourself in a growth mindset and keep learning. Be the best of yourself and do the best and leave the rest. All our dreams can come through if we have the courage to pursue them by Walt Disney. And that is why we are here on this platform, because we want our relationship to be healthy. We want to maintain it, we want to keep it and be happy. So thank you so much for joining us today.
Relationships, they're the foundation of our lives. But let's face it, they can be tough. Conflict arises, emotions boil over, and maintaining a healthy connection becomes a challenge. But what if we told you there's a book that can change it all? Introducing Relationship Matters: How to Solve Conflict, Maintain and Keep Relationships, and Manage Emotions. This comprehensive guidebook, written by relationship experts, offers practical solutions to transform your relationships. Discover effective conflict resolution strategies that promote peaceful communication and understanding. Learn essential relationship maintenance techniques to nurture and cultivate strong connections with your loved ones. Dive into valuable emotion management strategies and regain control over your reactions. Relationship Matters has already helped countless individuals rejuvenate their relationships and find emotional well-being. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Get your copy of Relationship Matters today, available exclusively on Amazon.com. Change your relationships, change your life. Order Relationship Matters now.
Okay, thank you so much for joining us today. So we're just going to go straight to our first speaker today. I want to welcome all our great leaders on the platform: Engineer Wilfred Okelezo, Ambassador Onyekachi Ofuru, Dr. Samina Evelyn, Ambassador Christian Ozere, Pastor Awodiran Olushola, and my own very own mentor, Professor Dr. TPS Sasikumar from India. You are all welcome. And also Ambassador Temitope Davison. You are all welcome to the second day of our masterclass on transforming relationship, because we need to keep talking about it to improve ourselves. There's still a lot to cover, and that is why we did a very good job last year, and now we continue with it on this month of February, the month of Valentine for some people, and a special month for me, as this yesterday was my birthday, and also it's a leap year. So if you understand that, so February is very special, and that is why we are here on this platform. I also want to welcome my very good auntie from Abuja, Professor Dr. Mercy Obeid. Thank you, ma'am, for joining us for the celebration yesterday. And here you are again on this platform today. We appreciate your time and we appreciate your smiles as well. Okay, right. I like your beats. I like everything, the rap and everything. I also like my professor is putting on a light blue t-shirt today. It's gonna be a great day today. And I also like all our great leaders that are going to share with us today. Okay, let me just quickly introduce our first speaker. Pastor Adenero, I know that you are going to speak today as well, but it is my courtesy to give honor to whom honor is due. My own very mentor is in the house, so permit me to introduce him first to speak to us. Is that okay with you, sir? Pastor Awodiran? Am I getting the permission? I should think so. I think we can hear you. Maybe you need to do something about your connection before you speak. Okay. All right. Now we want to welcome, let me just go straight to it. We have to reorganize ourselves this morning, so permit me to just quickly go straight to it. What did I do? What did I do? Let me see. Okay, yeah. I would like you to see the picture of the person I'm talking about. So let me put it on. Let's see. Am I right? Okay. So let's do it together. Hold on. Okay. So I'm inviting Dr. TPS Sasikumar from India to be our first speaker of today. He's a life mentor, space science communicator, poet, author, educationist, motivational speaker, psychological, life, L-I-F-E. He's going to share that. Career counseling, expert image building, peak performance coach, spiritual master with Himalayan tradition from India, conscious living commute associate, exponent on India heritage, philosophy, and many more. So far since 2000, for the last 22 years, reached to more than 1 million each teachers, parents, and students. So you can, if you don't understand, if you don't remember any other thing, you will remember his name with this slogan: teachers, parents, and students, which is Professor Dr. TPS. So if you are wondering what is TPS, so I just mentioned that. Hundreds of interviews of TV and media, Discover TV with Kumba, Mela Talk, acting in short films, TED Talk, UNESCO Talks, and many more. Workshops and residence camp for 1,048 hours non-stop classes, 6,500 students in a section for 6 hours, 50,000 public and 1,200 BTech in sections, and many, many more. And that is our special speaker for this morning. So permit me to welcome Professor Dr. TPS from India, my own very mentor, to the platform to speak to us. And please, he's going to share with us for 30 minutes, but after 30 minutes, I want you to ask him any questions. So please, we have 50 minutes to ask him questions. Let us hear and learn a lot from him this morning. So permit me to welcome Professor Dr. TPS Sasikumar from India.
Namaste, 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 my sister, Dr. Professor Queen Elizabeth, who celebrated her birthday yesterday. I couldn't join, but I had sent a message saying that I am with you in whole heart and feelings. Thank you. Thank you for hosting this program. I am with this Yes You Can International, UK, London for so many years now, discussing on various topics and different platforms, doing a wonderful job of connecting the whole world together from east to west, south to north, at various levels of people, from young to old, different caste, different creed, different religion. And all that ultimately is to make people to meet each other, talk each other, connect across. I'm seeing a lot of faces. Most of the time, we have been seeing some freshers, new people. That means the organization is growing. Yes, You Can International is growing. Apart from this, it is quite essential and great task of documenting it, printing books, publishing it, and circulating all across. And I'm glad that it's available across the globe through Amazon, etc., etc., and published on Facebook, YouTube. These are all with the mindset of transformation. The topic is also mindset of transformation. All these activities are through the mindset of transformation, transforming relationship, transforming relationship with a lot of love. I'm sure everything is done with a lot of conscious effort. Transformation is always with conscious effort. You cannot do it casually. It's an action which is to be taken with a lot of care on where I am going to get led, where I am starting, where I am going, and how my path is. That is what is transformation. So it needs a conscious effort. So one of the point which I wanted to emphasize is it's a conscious effort, transformation, and that through understanding each other. If I don't understand each other, if I take people for granted sometime, no, I have never seen my sister Queen Elizabeth taking people for granted. Each and every activity which is done is mentioned carefully talked about to them, carefully communicated to them, and with a lot of care being taken when the words are being used. So it's too deep. So every relationship from the superficial level, it can go deep with it. And it becomes so fulfilling to the people who are interacting. So a transformation of relationship and love is with a lot of care, going deep inside, fulfilling, and which stays for longer. It doesn't matter whether I meet people or not. Like I went to UK, London, I couldn't meet my sister Queen Elizabeth. That doesn't mean our relationship are not in time. We know, we understand people each other. So that connection is a highly connection with a lot of wisdom. So every relationship and love to the right and transform your mind from the normal level to a more wiser and wiser level. And you can take wisdom. So transfer of wisdom. And luckily, I'm in India, Bharat, the great nation, who considered all relationship with great wisdom, deeper understanding, totally fulfilling, and long lasting.
Okay. He will join us again and continue.
Yeah, it's not in a very temporary basis, which is not understood by people who have got high profiles. Maybe people who have got low profiles don't understand this because you have to be at the highest level. So understanding from the highest level and not in just terms of words. It's always in terms of action. It's not textbook. It is a workbook. It is karma. In Bharatiya Shastra, we call it as karma. Connect people with which can be connected. It's called forgiveness. So relationship transformation happens with forgiveness. It's not a relationship. So you understand, oh, I'm not in tandem with somebody else. But wait, maybe this is a temporary phenomena. The waves are not going to turmoil.
Please bear with us. It's because of the area he is at the moment.
So what happens is the turmoil always is within the cup. So it doesn't flow out. That relationship always is based on a duty conscious, which in Indian philosophy is called dharma. The dharma, which is the duty of every human being with a lot of love, with a lot of upholding the value system. That value system which is not keeping relationship temporary, keeping it much longer. That doesn't mean if I am in contact with some person and they don't reflect, I become upset. Relationship most of the time fails because I don't understand the deeper meaning of relationship. I know, oh, something would have gone wrong. Something would have happened. Let me wait. And if I am not connected to some XYZ, the world is not going to end there. If I'm not connected to my sister Queen Elizabeth, it doesn't mean I am getting affected, or maybe my sister is getting affected. It only means together we have a great thing to give to the society, to the whole world. That's not happening. So let me wait and see whether the frequency matches. So there is a relationship frequency which can be physical, emotional, intellectual, social, and spiritual. There is a fivefold rhythm, a wave which has to match each other in harmony to stay for longer. At times, the wavelength doesn't match. There can be interference. Interference is one wave comes, the other wave cuts it. So we feel that, no, it's so uncomfortable. Life is not stable. It is in turbulence. But wait for some more time. Probably the wave will match with the other wave and I'll be able to connect faster. And if you have that patience, you can see that the harmony is attained, not so immediately, not so instantaneously, but maybe after a while, it will have a cool, smooth, high profile, maybe high waves, which goes into highest level. That can achieve not with an attachment where I depend on somebody else, and such attachment with not depend on somebody else, I call that as non-bounded. It's not bondage. I'm not dependent on somebody else, but I'm attached. So there are two words which I like to talk about. When the relationship of love, that transforms into the highest level, which is not just a bounded attachment, which is a non-bounded attachment. I don't care if somebody is not with me. Still, there are millions of people across the world where I can get connected. But if I'm connected with you, I'm fine, I'm happy, we can do wonders. Otherwise, what happens is people jump from one place to another place with a lot of disturbance and they can never settle in this world. So you need to have the patience to match the wave so that your wave pattern becomes much stable and you can contribute in somebody's wave so that it becomes stronger. It becomes a high amplitude wave, not much of frequency differences with the same frequency. So people get into tandem, the people get into frequency attachment. You can call it in many names. One of the best name that I love to call, or probably what I learned from the relationship understanding from the Indian mythology, is what's called friendship. The friendship can be between the father and the mother. Friendship can be between the father and the child, mother and the child, and it can be silent. You need not talk, you need not communicate. It's understood well. In my house, when I look at somebody, my child understands, oh, this is what my father means. There is no verbal communication. It's only a look good is enough. So somebody can communicate much, much better than a verbal communication just by a look, just by an action, if the relationship is in tandem. That love, the relationship get transformed into a level in which just a verbal communication, a written communication, all that doesn't require. The boss and the subordinate can communicate much better, even without an order. Just a look is good enough. Assume I'm in a hotel and the receptionist is not doing the job. The managing director can just look at the receptionist she understands or he understands, oh, this is the message which is coming to me. And you do a job of a servant. It is not a master to a servant. It is a devotion. It is totally devoted. Therefore, when I do my action of service to God, the Ishvara, the Bhagavan, the Supreme Power, I am not a servant there. I am actually doing it with a lot of passion. The servant job to a master can be a lot of subordination. Without subordination, without the feeling of orderliness, without the feeling of the boss and the subordinate, still I can serve somebody else. That serving is a totally devoted service. So therefore, devotion, your love and friendship transform into a devotional service. And that friendship, that silent communication have a lot of compassion inside. That compassion gives a joy, not to the receiver, but to the server also. The servant also enjoys. I am enjoying serving God. It is not that I don't know whether the God enjoys or not. It is more important that the servant enjoys, and I know sure the servant enjoys, the master enjoys. Enjoyment, and the whole expressing this of expressing the feelings of relationship where the transformation happened, love happened, relationship happened with a lot of compassion, enjoyment, love. I'm sure I start communicating to somebody else like a story. Oh, this is what happened between me and so on so and so day when we met. I can communicate this like a story. And that communication gives a great message to the next generations to come. And those are the most wiser communications where values are learned for the generations to come. I'm sure most of the stories of either Jesus Christ or maybe all the mythological characters of Bharatiya Shastra or Muhammad or whichever religion you take, all of them, what they have propagated is these stories of love, compassion, friendship, servant, maybe a silent signature of enjoyment. And hearing that story for millions of years, maybe for somebody for thousands of years, praising somebody, saying that this man was great, this man did so and so, the praise of such great personality. Either they are messengers of the God or the God themselves. I'm sure thinking about them, imagining them, keeping their picture, keeping the signature, keeping an idol, keeping a symbol, all that has given a lot of message saying that this is love, the supreme love, the love for the self, the love for the humanity, the love for my society, love for me. No, love for all the beings around me. The God exists not only in me. Love exists not only in me. The love exists in each and every item which I have got. Each and every living being have got a consciousness. The consciousness level could be a little low or less. Understanding this, creating this with a lot of devotion and prayer. As in the beginning, my sister Queen Elizabeth was talking much about learning, knowledge, continuous learning. And that knowledge, learning gives you this insightful vision, which is not the vision which you get through your eyes, not through the sensory organs, not through the ear, not through the eyes, not the tongue, not the nose, not the touch, not the feel. Beyond that, there is a vision mixed with your brain and the feeling, the head and the heart. Like Nelson Mandela once hard to get people with both head and heart together, connecting together to make things world different. That sight, that vision, beyond your common sight, see the world in a different wavelength, the wavelength in which I'm talking about. That wavelength, when you look at it, I'm sure that can transform relationship, that can transform love, not between person to person, not between a person to a family, not between a person to a small society around. That relationship across boundaries, across religion, across the financial conditions, across all the barriers, the love that goes into the highest level of wisdom. And that ultimately understand that I am connected to the whole world. Each and every item what I have in my hand, let that be the computer, let that be the software, let that be the paper, let that be the pen, let that be the chair on which I am sitting, let that be the dress which I am wearing, let that be the air which I am breathing, let that be the bottle of water which I am drinking, the food what I am eating. I owe not to one, not to the people who have paid me for as my salary. No, the whole humanity is working for making for somebody's life like this. The dress which I am wearing is not costing the money which I am paying, not the price which I pay for my dress. The lot of people worked behind this in the factory. Understand each one of them. So when I enjoy anything in this world, when I enjoy the development around me in this world, understand I myself is surrendering to each one of them who made my life more comfortable. That relationship, that love, I can understand only when I have that huge knowledge. My intelligence goes beyond the boundaries. My societal commitment to the world goes beyond the boundaries, beyond the nation, the whole humanity. And understand that sort of a relationship between people to people, when I can transform that knowledge to somebody who is related to me, who is talking to me, who is beside me, who is going to hear me, and that person takes it to millions of others, that person takes to another one or two people at least, I become a torchlight and those people gets at the torch bearers. So we are all connected to each other and talking on this platform just to take the great message given by the great rishis, the great saints who had got a great vision. And those messages, when it comes to my brain, adds with my feeling and talk with my tongue, which is my indriyas, my sensory organ, being connected to each one of you through ear, seeing me, take 1 or 2 points from that and again transform that into your knowledge, your style, your culture, your belief system, add that, mix them, create a beautiful buffet, beautiful food which can be consumed by many others around you. You're all becoming the torchbearers of the same message, the same light of love, understanding, and deeper knowledge, the deepest knowledge. And to get that knowledge, your eyes should not have the disease of cataract. The cataract is that disease which have a vision, but it's not very clear. A blurred vision is called cataract. And that is why the great prayer which we have in our all the sessions of lectures or discussion like this in Bharat, in India, we starts with a prayer saying that, let me salute that master, that mentor of mine, that mentor of mine, the master of mine, the guide of mine, the director of mine, who guides me through a vision, that vision who gives me a better eyesight. And it is not the physical eyesight, that vision. Atnana tibidandasya, not having knowledge is like, not having knowledge is like a cataract vision, where your eyesight is not very clear. Nothing is clear for you. It's a blurred vision. Atnana timirandasya jnananjana shalakayam. Take a little bit of kajal, eyelid you can apply on your eyes like a medicine, which gives you a better eyesight. And that person who gives you that medicine to apply in your eyes to give a better vision is called a mentor. So I need a leader, I need a mentor, I need a master, I need somebody who guides me through this knowledge, gives my eyes a better eyesight, a better vision to look at the world in a transformed style. And I salute to them. I surrender to them. I could become an orderly to them. Not when you behave like a boss and I behave like a servant. I became a devotee with a total devotion, with a passion, and with a lot of enjoyment and love. I am here to serve the whole world around me. And that relationship with a lot of knowledge gives me that happiness, deeper meaning of understanding with a conscious effort, fulfilling my life with not just on words, with full of actions. So what happens by looking at such people, you learn 25th percentage of your knowledge. 25% of the knowledge comes from the lectures. 25% of knowledge comes with the people who are surrounded by you, sharing each other, caring each other, looking at them. And 25% comes from your own practice by doing it, learning it, writing it, expressing it, sharing it. And then 25% should come through your life when you pass to age for longer years. So I'm sure that friendship, that without any boundedness, without having any intention, why am I loving to somebody else? Why am I giving this lecture? I got it from somewhere and I cannot hold it for long. I have to transfer it to somebody else. I am a trustee of knowledge. I am not the owner of the knowledge. I am only a carrier. It's like an electric line who carries electricity. The line is only carrying electricity. Electricity doesn't belong to the line. I'm only a trustee who is transferring the knowledge which I got from my mentors, and I'm transferring to the next generations to come. The people around me have to understand this. I am not the owner of anything. I am not the owner of any of this dress which I am wearing, the food I am eating. I am only a trustee, and my money is not my money. My money belongs to all people around me. When we grow from years to years, don't add years to your life. Add life to your years. Every moment when you live, you are not adding moments to your life. You are adding life to your moments. So every moment is a great gift that God has given to you. Every moment is a great gift that God has given to you. Utilize it in the best way. When you utilize it in the best way, you are adding values to that. Therefore, your life becomes the most wiser wisdom life of highest spirituality. Therefore, the body and the emotion and the intelligence, beyond that the society in which I am living, get into the highest spiritual level where human beings are the only animals, where I have this ability to consider wisdom as part of life, as part of spirituality is part of my life, not for other beings in the world. And consider that spirituality transforming your love and relationship in the highest spiritual value. That's only possible with the human being, and only animal in the world who takes notes, makes notes, transform knowledge, write books, publish it, transform it like this is only done by human being. And we are all lucky and good that we have got this life. I can go hours together like this, but I think I'm just reaching half an hour time allotted to me. And I should thank my sister Elizabeth for considering me. And I'm sorry that I couldn't be constantly with lectures these days because I'm continuously traveling. And the highest wisdom, love and relationship my sister has got today is a depiction of that mindset of transformation. Though you are not with, you constantly, still when you come as a, come once in a time, no, once in a week or once in 2 weeks, when we are able to communicate, connect to each other, it's so warming, it's so great, it's so pleasant. The smile shows that, yeah, you are here, right? So thank you for being kind to me. Thank you, each one of you, for listening to me so patiently. But as my sister always says, Dr. TPS cannot run away from the stage without few questions and some discussions around it, right?
Thank you so much.
I love
Thank you so
questions.
much. Thank you so much, Professor TPS. If you're just joining us, my own mentor, my personal mentor from India, Professor Dr. TPS, just delivered his own 30 minutes, probably less than 30 minutes um, message or lecture, whatever you want to call it. And before I know he will still stay around, even though he's in the hotel, and he's also on transit because he's traveling. He's a traveler, professor traveler. So he travels all over the place to deliver lecture. And I just want to appreciate you, sir, for your time. Welcome back home, because this is your second home. Okay, so I want to appreciate all those that have joined us this morning. Once again, I want to appreciate Honorable Maxwell Adu. He was with us yesterday. Thank you, sir, for joining us today. And also thank you, Honorable Adesoji Talabi, for joining us today. We really appreciate you, sir. And all our great leaders that have already welcomed to this platform. Right, it's time for question time. I will be the one leading you because I've got a question. Like, I mean, if you are going to have a good, if you are going to gain a lot from your mentor, I think you should be preparing your questions for them so that you can learn and also clarify what you've heard and get better understanding and also take action. That is the way we can transform our relationship and our love. And he has already shared with us. I won't recap because I just want to go straight to our questions. Please, if you have questions, raise your hand so that I will know you have a question, or type it on the chat box so that we don't waste much time. He's already spoke to us about how we can transform our relationship and love. And one of it is a lot of care, a lot of love, great vision and great wisdom, get better understanding, taking action. And I like the way he said it, that it's not about textbook, it's about workbook. So that means you work with what you've learned on. And we have to have many extra patience when we are building or transforming relationship and love. Bonded attachment, I also understand that. Unbonded attachment as well as non-bonded attachment, which I'm going to ask more questions on that one. If the time permits me, I'll permit all of us. Devotion, we also need to be devoted to our God Almighty and also to the service. We're also going to transform our relationship, our knowledge that you are gaining. The knowledge you are gaining is not only for you, it's for others, because we are the problem solver. And the reason why you are on this platform is for you to gain knowledge so that you'll be able to practice it in your own way and also share it with others. Because I know one or two people might approach you when they have problem with their relationship, their marital life, their family, and their love, their breaking, and other things like that. So you are preparing yourself before they come to you. And then we need, now the questions and we need, as long as we're gaining knowledge, we also need a mentor. Every leader in this world have a mentor. So you should have a mentor, because why? Whatever you're going through right now, Nobody else has already gone through it. Whatever you want to achieve or you want to become, the business you want to start, the relationship you want to build, somebody else has been successful in that area. And that is why, apart from you learning, you also need to learn from their experience and also from their knowledge and wisdom. So mentor and coach are very, very important. And I also like the way he said it, that mentors are like a torch bearer. So bear that in mind. We also want to say, I think I would like to ask questions about that so that I can clarify what I've heard about catheter vision, how it's blunt, not clear. So I want him to also elaborate that more because I'm hearing it for the first time from him, and I want to clarify and understand it so that when I gain that knowledge, I'll be able to transfer the knowledge as well to others. And also, we need to add, I like this one as well, add life to your moment and not moment to your life. And also add value to life. And at the end of it all, one of the key factor of personal development is spiritual, and how you can add value spiritually and also add value to yourself and add value to others. My first question, sir, how do we face, because we know that we are learning, we are developing ourselves, we are preparing for greatness as a leader, as a coach, as a mentor, as a lead, as a mentor. But definitely there will be a problem alongside with it. How do we face challenge in transforming relationship and love? Any challenge that we face, how do we face it and
Yeah,
how do we
wonderful.
overcome it?
Wonderful. We should understand there are 3-4 factors in every action we do. One is a goal. We have a great goal. This is what I wanted to achieve. When I am focusing on my goal, I have a lot of people around me and I am playing my role as a father, role as a mother, role as a sister, role as a brother, as a husband, wife, as a subordinate, as a boss, as a friend. These are all different roles we play. So how am I going to balance my goal, my role? And third one, I've got my own value system. Where am I going to balance this? So how are you going to find solution for your conflicts? All the conflicts resolution is balancing goal, role, and values. Now assume I am supposed to attend a meeting in an office, and same day I have got a birthday celebration with my friend. What should I do? Should I have to skip my office to attend the birthday celebration? Or should I go for office skipping my birthday celebration? This is a conflict which my relationship, my function, my action, all that depends on the role and my goal. If I'm supposed to have great relationship with some people, probably I will have to play my role with other people little low down. It's always balancing. There is no single solution for this problem which my sister asked. It's only time, that when, where, how, with whom, how I am going to do. So I keep saying it is WWWWH. Where, when, what, with whom, where, when, how I am going to do things. You understand, a fighter who is fighting a war in the border, he has no enmity to the other soldier standing on the other side, but still he has to fight each other because he's playing a role and his goal is to win. But they are not enemies. The fighters are not enemies. They are representing a country to fight with some other country, right? So where I am standing makes my actions justifiable. What am I doing is not important. Where am I doing? How am I doing? For what purpose I am doing? That justify my actions. And when I justify with that action, probably a soldier finds killing an enemy soldier is justified. Otherwise, killing another person is not justified in life. So it's a role which I play, and the goal for which I am taking my action, that is more important in life. If you know this balance, I'm sure life becomes so cool and calm.
Thank you, sir.
It's a wonderful question. It's something which can be debated, discussed for years, hours.
All right. Thank you so much, sir. I really
Happy with the brief answer, or you want?
I'm happy because we need to give room to others that want to ask questions. I'm so happy. You know me, I can knock your door at any time and ask more questions on that, because we are all building ourselves and getting better and preparing ourselves even when others approach us. We want to give the right answer. All right. Thank you so much, Ambassador Christian. You're about to ask a question, but there's a question on the chat for. Let's learn that one first, and then we will come back to you, Ambassador Christian. Yes. Honorable Maxwell Adu asks a question, sir, and I believe he's on the platform. Yes. I will just read the question. How can I get people to see life from the perspective that they are custodians of what they have and possess? And I think the second question, if I can put that, is how can I learn more from Prof? Probably he's extending his hands of invitation to want to learn more from you personally. Probably that is the
I missed the question once again. Miss the question once again.
Is it the second question or the first one? Okay, let me read it.
I just missed the question. What?
Okay.
Okay. Can I help you, ma'am? Can I help you? Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So good. It's afternoon here already in Lagos, Nigeria. I think it's still morning in the UK. Thank you, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth. Thank God I didn't miss today's session. It's something else. It just transformed my mind. Thank you to the speaker and everybody on the call. Thank you so much. So the first question I have, sir, you said something profound. You said it's important that we see life, see your knowledge, and see whatever you have as something you are given. You are just a custodian of it, right? And you should always look in the direction of giving to other people, right? The last person I heard this thing you said from is a pronounced futurist and thought leader. And as soon as that came from you, it hit me. And so I see life from the standpoint of I am blessed to bless, assisted to assist, help to help. I'm just a custodian. I'm a messenger carrying a message to the world. But people don't get to see this or see life from this perspective. I struggle a lot with people, getting people to see like, look, you're only a custodian of whatever you have. And I struggle to help people see, because the moment people see life from this perspective, a lot will change about their life, and they will stop struggling about a lot of things or struggling with a lot of things. So how can I get people, the first question, to see life from this perspective? And the second question is, please, I would like to learn more from you, because you have dropped so many things that have shaped my thinking this afternoon right here. How can I learn more from you? Thank you very much.
So did you get the question, sir? Professor TPS?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. See, it's very simple. Nothing in the world belongs to me. What I have today probably is what somebody has given to me in terms of knowledge. And that knowledge is what gives me a job. And the job and institution who is paying me is created by somebody else. And that institution who makes money, a portion of it is given to some people. So you tell me, is that salary is mine? Is the time is mine? All that item around me which I am using is not mine. Nothing is mine. It's all given by the whole world, the whole earth. How does the earth get something? Every item which is created out of what is available on the earth. Is that earth is mine? I am here maybe 100 years, 120 years, not more or not less. When I live here for maybe 120 years, and that 120 years after that, it goes to somebody else. What I got is from somebody else. So it's a small span of life. And the place where I think is my house, the house where I am living, I think it is my house. You can imagine, before I constructed the house, there would have been a forest. And who were living there? There are all some creatures. So I have vacated all of them. I have removed them. The birds, I have asked them to vacate. The snakes which were there, I asked them to vacate. The small creatures, the small flies, I asked them to vacate. Everything is vacated for me to live there for 100 years. After I leave, assume somebody else is not occupying. What will happen? My house will collapse. In same place, somebody else will come. So I have a beautiful poem. You can refer to my website. In that website, there is a poem which is called Life of Love. In that Life of Love, one of the poem is The Undivided Earth. The poetry is called Undivided Earth. Undivided Earth. It gives a big message. Assume all the human race, me, you, everybody around, just vanishes from this world. Just vanishes from this world. What will happen? The place where I am sitting will become, the owners of this place where I am sitting will be for flies, ants, animals, dog, cat, every other creature will start roaming around my house without boundaries, without room number, without survey number, without a paper holding. Every animal will start jumping in the forest, right? So all the other creatures in the world will start occupying my place. So what is there for me? I'm just thinking I'm only a small creature in this world for a small span of time, where my occupying, this is my space, is actually wrong. This is not my space. There is a great joke. One of the greatest king was ruling a country. A beggar on the street goes to the king and says, vacate this place. This is my seat. The king is sat on a seat. A beggar goes and says, this place, this is. The king was wondering, why this beggar? This is my seat. No, the king here, you are only a servant. You are only a beggar, he said. And the beggar said, my father was a king. And your father defeated my father, and that is how you got this kingdom. No king will give a written document saying that not that the land is transferred to somebody else, right? He occupies with the fighting. So he says, yes, the beggar says, it's my father who was killed by your father and you got the seat. Should I have to kill you before getting it, or are you going to vacate it for me? So all of us are sitting in somebody's place which is occupied by somebody else for some purpose, some point of time. There is nothing great living that. So there are a lot of poems written by me with a lot of messages like this. All of them are under the, most of them are under the title called LIFE, live in full enjoyment. Learn in full enjoyment. And all these books are available on my website. You can download it and read it. Listen to maybe thousands of my lectures on YouTube. Take my number, search on me on Dr. TPS on website, on internet, connect to me, pick up some topics. We can always have dialogue. I'm on Gmeet, connecting to a lot of people. Most of the discussions are recorded and then posted onto YouTube. My YouTube. I had a lot of sessions with my sister, Professor Dr. Q. Elizabeth, and all of them are available with her, and it's also published. It's also parallelly available, the gist of it from my side, from my website. And we had a lot of discussions like this. It's so wonderful, Maxwell.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Kind of you asking such wonderful question.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Prof. Dr. Queen.
Excuse me, repeat the names of the books again.
Name of the book
Life
again.
of Love, Life Made Simple, Life of Love, Life Made Simple, Rhythm of Life. You just go to my website, www.drtps. You type my name either on Google Map, Google, you will get into my website.
Yes.
I'm on my
Professor TPS, can you please help us type it on the chat box as well?
Yeah,
so that people can get the right thing. The books, you've mentioned two books, I think. Yeah, 2 books, and also your website where they can even get as many books.
www.drtps-sashika.in is my website. You can get there.
Thank you so much.
Connect to me. My number is there on my name itself. 919502038875. The PDF you can download and use it here.
All right. And yeah, that'll be good. I think they can get all the videos from your website as well. Your videos, your books, and good.
Everything
Thank you
is
so much. Thank you so much, Professor TPS. I really appreciate that. And that is the art, or that is the attitude of learning. When you want to learn more from just 30 minutes, you want to learn more, you want to spend time with our great leaders. That is a great attitude, and I really appreciate that.
Christian Uzare has raised his hand.
Yes.
Long time.
Yes. Can I quickly get your question, please, Ambassador Christian Uzare, so that we can move on to the next speaker? Can we get your question, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Direct questions to Professor TPS.
Okay, thank you so much, Queen Mother. Thank you, Prof. My question is, how can we resolve this dilemma these days of mistrust in relationship? Thank you.
Can you repeat your question, please? Because even me, I can't hear you.
Okay, I'm saying, how can we resolve this dilemma of mistrust in relationship?
Oh, dilemma of mistrust. Okay.
Yeah. See, actually, there are a lot of confusions, conflicts. Communication is not very good. I think there will be a lot of misunderstanding, mistrust. And probably what happens is most of the relationship, most of the love becomes a bondage. I've used the word bondage. Therefore, your freedom is curtailed. You have to surrender your freedom. When you have to surrender your freedom, you start creating a misconcept in the people around you. Because when you lost freedom, you start giving wrong stories. If you have freedom, I can speak anything. If I don't have freedom, I will start creating stories. I will not be open to you. If I have freedom to scold you, probably I'll scold straight. If I don't have freedom to scold you, what do? I'll run away from you. I will ignore you. I may tell you something else to just escape from that situation. So when you escape from that situation for some time, it creates another problem along with it. That is where the mistrust becomes a bigger burden. The trust always have to go hand in hand with your freedom. If freedom is not there, trust is not there. So one of the biggest thing in any relationship is the freedom. The freedom I should have to keep my identity, the freedom for you to keep your identity, the relationship becomes much, much smoother. When you surrender our freedom, relationship becomes a bondage. That is where the trust breaks. That is where the communication breaks. That is where the relationship breaks. The freedom is there. I take you for granted. No, I consider you as the person. I understand you as what you are. Let me have my freedom, let you have your freedom. Then things runs very smooth. That's what is essential. Yeah.
Thank you so much for the question and the answer. Interesting. Okay, any other question, please? Any other question? Because I know that Professor TPS has some answers to. Any other questions before we move on to the next speaker? Dr. Lonson, Engineer Wilfred, Professor Mercy, do you have any questions, sir? Any questions before we move on? Or you are reserving your questions till next time?
The percentage of lecture, practice, doing, and repeat the 4 things again, 25%, 25% practice, 25% doing, speaking, reading, and the fourth one is
Acharyat Padamadatte Padam Shishya Padam sa Brahmacharibhya Padam Kalakramenacha. It says 25% is from your lecture listening to somebody else. 25% is by self-learning. 25% is with the discussions and with the good people around you. 25% just by experience.
Just for your experience.
You have to practice, experience, take feedback, correct it yourself. It comes through corrections and practices. It comes iteratively or a period of time. It says Kalakramenacha. After some time only it will come to you.
Yeah. Okay, did you get it, Doctor? Dr. Samina?
Yeah.
Good, good, good. Yeah. All right. Okay, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for all our great leaders that are on the platform. Thank you for listening and learning and sharing. Thank you also to our wonderful mentor, Professor TPS Sasikumar from I wanted to say from Nigeria. from India. Maybe I need to take you to Nigeria with me.
I'm ready. If you transfer me to Nigeria, I'm ready.
So thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
We really
thank you
appreciate
so much
that.
for hosting. Thank you so much for all the questions and all the kindness and the love you have shown. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.